It was maybe 20 to 25 plays. It was all up tempo signals. I don't know what his was like, but it was really just trying to figure out where to get lined up, what cadence we're going on, if we have to shift or not, and then knowing all the different concepts. So really, the biggest challenge for me was the playbook. And I was talking with him today too, and that's kind of been his biggest focus too, because it's almost like a foreign language sometimes, because it could be a 15-word play call, and you're trying to figure out which words are talking to you, what words mean something to the other guys, and then all these different alerts and stuff. So just trying to stay on top of the playbook, I think, is the biggest adjustment.
So the blocking scheme, I mean, you do a little bit more blocking, I'm assuming, here at this level. I mean, the tight ends asked to do a lot more.
Oh, for sure. Just that's why I think it's the most fun position on the field, because we get to do a little bit of everything. You can go drive a guy into the ground one play and go catch a touchdown the next. So just having those weapons in your tool belt is pretty fun.
What's up, Michael?
The moment he's drafted, I know there's always competition in this league, but I don't think a lot of people are focused on tight end. I mean, you're sitting there and tight end is the first.
Yeah.
What was your initial?
So they actually told me before the draft even happened that was a possibility, and
I was curious about that too.
And after kind of hearing what we're going to be focused on, if that was the pick, I was super excited for it. So I was sitting there watching the first round with Josh and some of the guys. And, I'm kind of in the back of my mind hoping he doesn't get picked up so we can, get him on the team and start doing some of this 12 personnel stuff. That's going to be really fun. I think it's going to create some mismatches for both of us, something that we might not have had in the past. So I think that, he's an incredible offensive weapon. Anytime you can get a quarterback like Josh more weapons, you should do it. Yeah, but I feel like that's got to be one of the hardest things, though, is the front office. They could probably have gone 15 different routes, depending on what picks were made before them. But, Big Baller Bean's got it all under control. He knows what he's doing.
Big Baller Bean, baby.
So we got all the trust in the world in him. And I've been super excited to have Dalton on the team with us.
What are your
Still not fixing the mics, I see.
Just being more intentional with some of the new guys is kind of bringing them to the side. If the twos are going and Josh is done for that period, he can bring one of the receivers up next to him and kind of go through certain signals or certain calls that he might give up at the line of scrimmage. Just kind of being more direct with some of the guys on just specifics of whether it's a hand signal when he sees a certain coverage or whether it's, if there's a hot route because of a blitz or a pressure, what he expects in terms of eyes, when to look back at him. Just very little intricate details that he's very direct with, kind of in between periods. Probably, he's always been great at doing that, but it's definitely these OTAs I've seen a little bit more. So that's probably been a point of emphasis for him, but he's always been very intentional. So maybe just a little more often now with some of the newer guys.
I think that's an extension of, as players get older, Josh is far more comfortable with the playbook, and he's able to do more. And so you start looking at other things that you can do.
Yeah, for sure. I think anytime you're in the same system for multiple years, you're going to get more comfortable, and then you can kind of graduate to an upper level of understanding. So, it's basically been the same system for him for 5 or 6 years now. So I think it's like a college course. You start at 101 and you just keep going, and now he's at a graduate level and he's playing incredible football. So he can kind of hone in.
Hope so, Dawson.
More advanced things.
Hope so, bro.
Some of those more.
See that mature Josh Allen coming in, baby.
Well with us too.
Dawson Knox looking to evolve within Ken Dorsey's scheme year 2?
Just being able to do a little bit of everything. Maybe a few more option routes here and there, and just getting on the same page with Josh. And, if me and Dalton are in there at the same time, we might be switching up roles here and there, just kind of keeping defense on their heels, and hoping to, really get some good man-to-man coverage matchups that we can, take advantage of. But I just see myself kind of growing on last year, being a reliable target for Josh when he comes to me, whether it's once a game or 10 times a game. And
So I
just
really
kind
hope
of
it's more than
continuing
that.
to grow that chemistry, because the better time you can get on with the quarterback, the better he trusts you, the better the connection's going to be.
Do you see any difference in Ken as an offensive coordinator going into year 2 and year 1? Anything he's learned or changed from last year?
I think he's just gotten a feel for what he likes and doesn't like. Him and Josh have been, inseparable. They're always telling each other what they think works and doesn't work, and kind of just taking stuff from last year and building on that. And that relationship with him and Josh has been pretty awesome. So I think just growing on the things that worked from last year and adding in a few new wrinkles here and there. Sweet.
There he is. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Dawson Knox. Like I said, I just wanted to hop on here real fast, do a little live reaction on what he had to say. I heard that a lot of players are actually speaking to the media here, so I just wanted to hop on here and see if we could actually go through a lot of this. What's up, everybody? I've been live a lot today. I have been. It's OTAs. There's a lot of things going on with DeAndre Hopkins. I just finished up with a D-Hop stream. Literally like 10 minutes ago. But then I ended up seeing that the guys are slowly but surely starting to come to the press conference, which is interesting. I liked hearing that from Dawson Knox, because that was probably the biggest thing I think that was really just like circulating around our heads and everything along those lines was that, like, how did Dawson Knox feel? Like, did he feel disrespected? If we ended up grabbing? And so Dalton Kincaid in the first, right? But I think that they're going to be used in two different sort of play styles. Absolutely insane. We'll see what's up. Haha, sky's the limit. Is this your full-time gig now, Dan? Seeing you a lot lately. It is, my friend. It is. It's been about a month. I saved up enough money where I could literally give this thing a fair shot, right? Like, huge. I just wanted to go ahead and give it a shot, right? Like, I'm like that sort of dude where, like, if I don't try, then I'll never forgive myself. So, like, I'm fortunate enough to where, and so I have great, like, relationships with sponsors, like, right at this point. I love talking about the Bills, and I was just in, like, a really good scenario where I was able to go on ahead and make the jump into being a full-time content creator. So between this and TikTok, it's been a blast. I love it. But yeah, most definitely, man. You're going to be seeing a hell of a lot more of me. Keep working at it, bro. You can do it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And so I got some wiggle room to last me all the way through the football season. So I'm going to have like a really good understanding of whether or not that I can truly make this my career. Have a good nest egg where I can sit back, relax, focus on making content. And then after next football season, I'll be able to make a final decision if this is my full-time gig. But, so far so good. I'm happy about it. That's for sure. Say, for example, y'all are just popping in. Like I said, I just got done with my D-Hop stream. I streamed for like an hour and a half talking about all that stuff. But we will see. Looks like TD is my boy. I believe he does it full-time. No. Funny story. The AFC's roundtable, all of us do a full-time. So Richie does a full-time, I do a full-time, and now TD does a full-time too. So that's why you've been seeing a lot of AFC's roundtable content, and you've been seeing a lot of our individual channels as well. So we've been sitting there just doing it. Pez Buff, my guy, go Bills, regular in the live chat. We just got done watching Dawson Knox's interview. We heard that apparently they were going to be interviewing a lot of players today. So I'm waiting to see if anybody else is up on the hooks, anybody else wants to go through. I still got to work on like my video for OTAs. So once I get done with this stream, I'm going to go on ahead and then I'm going to work on my pre-recorded video, release that hopefully within the next hour or so. And then I have Bills Mafia Happy Hour. Bills Mafia Happy Hour is at 5:30. So make sure if you want to join there, it's a giant Q&A segment. We can just talk about whatever we want to. And then I pray to God, dude. I pray to God that we hear something about DeAndre Hopkins today. He just signed an agent. So that's always good. Typically, he has these conversations by himself. We'll see what's going on. Luis is coming in saying, what's up, Dan? Respect to you and the content that you put out. Go Bills. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro. I hope, I definitely – and so I do this for you guys. Like, I know, like, sometimes it gets exhausting just watching national media or local media just give you the same boilerplate sort of news and everything along those lines and opinions. So I'm glad that you guys rock with me. I really am. I love giving that, fan perspective and, like, not just reading off of a teleprompter or being controlled on what to say. Like, I love it. This has been an absolute blessing. And so I'm almost positive Dawson Knox just ended up going live. They said that they were planning on talking to a couple of players. So, oh, dude, looks like Latavius Murray showed up today. That's beautiful. Okay, that's good because I was nervous that Latavius Murray was going to be pulling something like that. Michael says his agent is from Cleveland. Oh, man, I thought I saw something where like Stefanski was just like, yeah, we're super happy about our wide receiver room. So I'm kind of hoping that that means that he's just going to be off the table and that it's still just the Bills and the Chiefs. I suppose the Browns have the money for it. And so the Browns have the money for it. I would rather him go to the Browns than to the Chiefs, if anything. Like, number one, like, obviously I want him on the Bills. John Marlowe says more content from Dan makes me want a Labatt Blue, baby, on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday, crack the Labatt. Crack the Labatt. Does anybody know if there's another press conference coming up? I think that there's like, I think I'm going to give it like another 5 minutes. And if I'm not seeing anything, then I got to work on this pre-recorded video real fast. But thank you guys for tuning on in. And the delusional Patriots fan is still convinced that he's about to ask for a bag. I think he will too. I think that's just kind of how it is. That's how he always talks. He's like Belichick with coach speech. Yeah, dude, you can't trust a single thing that any NFL coach says, right? It could be wild. Sitting there on Twitter and we'll see, oh, breaking news. Looks like D-Hop's on the Browns, which would make it interesting and would also add fire to my take that I think the Browns are just going to be a sleeper team that no one's talking about this year. Blue lights are awesome. Dude, you got to love the blue lights. You can't hate on the blue lights. Okay. Sit here. So media, I would assume, is probably waiting on a couple of more players. So I want to see who else they could. I heard that Hardy had a really good practice today, which is interesting. That's always something I'm happy about. The Bills need a true wide receiver, too, to help out Diggs and Josh Allen. Please enter in D-Hop, right? That, or I'm also very, very high on Dalton Kincaid, like being able to be that slot option that is going to sort of draw those double teams off of Diggs. But if D-Hop comes to this roster, bro, forget about a wide receiver, too, man. We have 2 wide receiver ones on the outside, and then a young, very talented tight end who comes through with it. But, all right, guys, listen, I just wanted to go ahead and just give like a quick little reaction to the Dawson Knox interview. Like I said, Bills Mafia happy hour is at 5 p.m. No, 5:30. So 5:30 p.m. EST. Make sure you like this video and make sure you turn on your notifications. I will be live for Bills Mafia happy hour then, and then be on the lookout for a pre-recorded video here within the next, hour or two. So thank y'all again, and we'll see you later. Deuces.